Anyway, so got cut off. Go figure. Something. Kevin Tack Daddy or HD might. Who knows? And I know nobody's watching right now, and that's okay. Anyway, it's awesome watching my grandkids grow and doing the best I can to teach them what America used to mean to me. And talking to my granddaughter and talking to my granddaughter's father, my granddaughter's father, and I now have a pretty decent relationship. So I'm trying to get him to get his FOID card so that way I can pick up his daughter a little cricket for Christmas so I can take her out next year when she's 7 and start teaching her how to shoot. Which he's all on board with. So see how that pans out. But I'm watching these kids play and I'm thinking about my grandkids playing and how they just won't ever understand the freedom that we grew up in, just as I don't understand. Well, I did kind of understand the freedoms that my grandparents grew up in because they weren't much different from the freedoms I was growing up in. I went to the store to get unfiltered cools and whiskey for my grandmother along with orange juice and a newspaper on Sunday mornings. You know, with a note and $5. So before we went to church. Could you picture that today? Right? Could you picture driving around in the back seat of for me it was the one I remember most was the Aspen station wagon, right? And all it had was lap belts that you didn't have to wear and bouncing around in the back seat on family vacations. Nope, not at all. Smoking in the boys' room. Remember, hey, what's up, Fabrice? Tommy Boy, yeah, part two. I wasn't done when fucking whichever cut me off, you know? Anyway, picture the freedom of smoking in the boys' room in high school, junior high, right? Nobody giving a fuck. You had your own little space on the corner of the yard, the exercise yard, right? Sports field, whatever you. Now, these days, I call it an exercise yard because I have yet to see a school that doesn't remind me of a fucking prison anymore. Again, welcome to the free America of 2018. I don't know yet, Fabrice, if I'm going to the bullpup. It's just everybody else in the family's working. I have the day off, but that would mean just me and my grandson. So, and now my grandson is 13 months old, right? So little Deck would love to go to the bullpup, but he has such a hard time keeping ears on whenever I take him to the range, right? So I'll take him and somebody else with me or whatever, and I'll be going to the range for a while. And thanks, he's a great kid. And in the vehicle, I don't have to worry so much about him having the ears on, but we're testing it, right? We're trying to get him used to having things in his ear or over his ear, so he can be out and about while we're doing some shooting with somebody holding him. And he's not hip to that. So I don't know. I might come up to this bullpup shoot this weekend. I might not. I know you're going to be there. Mark Krebs going to be there, who I always enjoy having, at least 15, 20 minutes of talking time to. And you usually get it, right? Zeke, he said he might come. That'd be awesome. What's up, Tone? But I was just laughing about, not laughing. That's a sarcastic saying of laughing. I was crying more about the loss of freedom here since 9/11 2001. Here in 9/11 2018, the only positive thing I can say is the exposure of the deep state, but it does not seem to me like most people care. You know what I'm saying? I do not really believe that most people give one fucking iota about the fact that deep state runs our country, not the people we elect. People elected somebody that the deep state did not want. And it's just that simple. However you feel about Donald J. Trump, and I personally, again, I elected the Joker. If the Joker's still available for election and not heading to prison or assassinated, right, in 2020, I'll vote for him again. I don't give a fuck. Right? Especially if it pisses people off. That was the icing on the cake, of electing the Joker. But no, I guess really the icing on the cake when you think about it is the exposure of the fucking deep state. That's the writing on top of the icing. You know, hey, take a look, America. You know, is America looking? Nah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't tell right now. I'm not trying to take the pulse of America, so I don't know it. But I'm going to tell you from what I see in my daily life, no, people don't give a fuck. They're happy that the economy's doing great, right? They're happy people are getting jobs out the asshole. If you want 2 jobs, if you want 3 jobs, you can get them right now. America's back to work, right? It's awesome. Work boots are selling out. Well, hopefully. But, so people are not paying attention to what's going on in Washington, especially with the shrill scream of the media, you know. But the sad part about everybody going back to sleep in a good economy is they just burrow in deeper, and the deep state is exposed, and now is the time to root it out, right? But we're not, and if we are, I don't see it. And even in the rooting out of the deep state, will that give us back? Will the NDAA go away? Right? Will the Patriot Act go away? Will any of that shit go away? I don't think so. Right? Will the government start getting its shit together and start regulating certain things that do need to be regulated, like free speech on the internet, right? To where, look, if you're going to have it and run it in this guy, if China can close off and censor everything, well, we should be able to have a society where there's zero censorship in our freedom's intangible. It only matters to the people who live more. Yeah, well, that's true. They went back to sleep during the Bush years, yeah, because they were allowed to go back to sleep. They were told to just go out and spend, right? And now that, and they even went back to sleep in the Obama years. Look, they still consider him, half the country consider him the greatest fucking president ever, even although, and zero scandals, even though half the shit they're trying to throw on, the scandals they're trying to throw on Trump, right? The immigration scandals and shit like that, right? They're all from the Obama era, but they're now Trump scandals, I guess. And yet, they deify this guy and his everybody that was ever in his cabinet, no matter how wrong they've been. So people, they're watching different movies, I guess. And it wouldn't surprise me. This is going to get flagged more than likely. I probably should have done it in a Green Dragon, but it would have been more apropos. But it is what it is. Now I've gotten to the point in the rant where I'm rambling. Anyway, thanks for showing up even a second time, the 6 people that did, and all the people that watched the first time. Kids are making dinner. It's a beautiful day. I think I'm going to go try and make the best of it on a 9/11. I'm not going back to sleep, but I'm done yelling from the rooftops. I just keep making that, buying ammo, shooting I'm not buying any new guns anyway for quite a while. Why? Because I want to become proficient in what I have already. I am sad, pre-dawn. Thanks for the kisses, though. I appreciate it from you. I'm sad. I'm sad for America, buddy. I'm sad for our freedoms lost. And and follow what the media tells them to do, even though the information's out there to wake up than we were 17 years ago. And it's just getting worse and nobody cares. Anyway, but it's a beautiful day. You know, like that very 9/11 17 years ago. It's an absolute gorgeous day. I have a little baby here, just like I did 17 years ago. You know, she was only a couple months old then. You know, but I got one that's going to be playing in the yard today. And no matter how sad that day was, every time I looked at my daughter, I was a little less sad. So I'm going to go in and look at my grandson. I'm going to remember Denny. I'm going to remember my buddy Denny Mulligan. And I'm going to have a sip of whiskey and try and make the best of a bad situation, which is America today. You guys try and do the same thing. Love to all y'all who I know, and those of you who come across this later, I hope you're awake. Have a good one.